Colorado isn't breaking, it's bending. And bending is more dangerous than breaking because you don't hear it. There are no alarms, no sirens, no panic headlines, just small changes that feel harmless. A home that takes 2 weeks longer to sell. A price cut that doesn't spark interest. A buyer who pauses instead of bidding. At first, it feels temporary, seasonal, normal, until it isn't. For years, Colorado suburbs were sold as certainty. Not excitement, security, not speculation, stability. People weren't just buying houses. They were buying confidence. Confidence in job markets. Confidence in growth. Confidence in values that always go up. But markets don't move on confidence. They move on pressure. And pressure is changing shape. Interest rates didn't just reduce demand, they changed behavior. Buyers no longer lead with emotion. They lead with calculation. They don't ask, "Do I love it?" They ask, "Can I survive it?" Monthly payment, insurance, taxes, fees, commute, maintenance, exit risk. And when thinking changes, markets change. Not violently, not instantly, but structurally. This is global reality today. We track fractures before they become headlines. The places where confidence weakens before collapse becomes visible. Subscribe now because the #1 suburb on this list is still considered untouchable by most people living in Colorado. Let's start the countdown. 10. Littleton. Littleton feels settled. Not exciting, not trendy, not speculative. It feels safe. That's the danger. Littleton isn't priced for risk. It's priced for continuity. Move-up buyers, equity chains, smooth transitions. But chains break quietly. When the starter home stalls, the upgrade freezes. And when upgrades freeze, confidence disappears. Buyers don't vanish. They hesitate. Hesitation changes everything. A market built on flow cannot survive pauses. Littleton doesn't need a crash to destabilize. It only needs delay, stale listings, soft negotiations, silent price trims. This isn't collapse, it's erosion. And erosion is how stable suburbs fail. 9. Evans. Evans was never aspirational. It was practical, affordable, functional, accessible. But affordability isn't a number anymore. It's a system. Monthly burden matters more than sticker price. And Evans carries hidden weight. Insurance, taxes, transportation costs, income ceilings. Investors once filled the gaps. Thin margins, fast turnover, rising rents. That model is weakening. When investors exit, they don't negotiate, they liquidate. That's how values reset quietly. Here, collapse won't look dramatic. It will look like accumulation. More signs, more listings, longer market time, lower comps, not failure, fatigue. 8. Broomfield. Broomfield sold positioning between Denver and Boulder, between opportunity and access. But positioning only works when momentum flows in both directions. Now buyers are cautious. Professional buyers, tech buyers, bonus-dependent buyers. They're not emotional anymore. They're defensive. HOAS become burdens. Amenities become liabilities. Fees become friction. And comparison shopping explodes. Every listing competes with multiple cities at once. When markets cross-compete, pricing power dissolves. Homes don't fail here, they stall. 7. Highlands Ranch. Highlands Ranch was designed for predictability, order, planning, progression, a clean ladder. But ladders depend on movement, and movement is slowing. When people fear double payments, they stop upgrading. When upgrades stop, inventory builds quietly. Security doesn't vanish, it stiffens. Deals get cautious. Concessions increase. Confidence weakens. The market doesn't panic. It tightens. 6. Longmont. Longmont sold logic, space, access, opportunity. But logic collapses under layered cost. Hidden fees matter now. Remote work assumptions matter now. Commutes matter again. Buyers don't rush. They inspect. They hesitate. They compare. Longmont doesn't lose demand. It loses urgency. And urgency is what drives price stability. 5. Fort Collins. Fort Collins sold balance, education, lifestyle, diversity. But prices outpaced income reality. Investor math is tightening. Rental margins are compressing. Exit listings reset comps. When new builds offer incentives, prestige premiums weaken. Belief doesn't protect price. Affordability governs everything. 4. Montclair. Montclair sold proximity, access, charm, character, but age costs money, and money matters again. Buyers calculate renovation risk, infrastructure risk, urban friction risk. Investor exits reset benchmarks. Here, decline looks clean. Beautiful homes, long listings, quiet reductions, softness disguised as stability. 3. Colorado Springs. Colorado Springs absorbed pressure. Locals, remotes, investors, demand stacked fast. But wages didn't. Now, insurance rises. Fees grow. Commutes harden. Military cycles ripple demand quickly. This isn't Denver's echo. It's its own pressure zone. A parallel fracture. 2. Castle Rock. Castle Rock sold aspiration, views, scale, status. But aspiration carries heavy weight. Big mortgages, long commutes, lifestyle debt. Builders now compete directly with resales. Incentives beat sentiment, and sellers feel trapped between pride and pressure. The early signs are subtle. Relistings, new agents, lower numbers, narrative shifts quietly. 1. Castle Pines Village. Luxury markets don't collapse. They empty. They depend on few buyers, not many. When wealth hesitates, there is no backup demand. Stock volatility, bonus uncertainty, carrying costs, listings stretch, negotiations deepen, reductions normalize. Prestige fades quietly. And when prestige cracks, confidence across the entire region cracks with it. Closing. This isn't chaos, it's recalibration. Pressure changes behavior. Behavior changes demand. Demand reshapes price. Price rewrites belief. That's how markets reset. Not with noise, but with silence. If this helped you see the shifts clearly, subscribe. This is Global Reality Today, and comment below. Which Colorado suburb do you think is next? Because the street always feels it before the charts do.